already been briefed on what to do. Plain and simple, that was the whole thing. Yeah, who let you slap him like that? Just he didn't walk up the whole runway. Up to him. At least 10 feet between them. Chris didn't move one time. What he said, uh-oh. He would have been like, whoa, what are you doing? That's the bad acting. Well, what's going on? What's happening? But he would have moved. But then that would have thrown off, you got to cue yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Here's your marks. Will's going to walk up to you like this. You know what I mean? And that's just going to do. They probably rehearsed separately so that it seemed a bit more organic. Playing with us. And you know how they're playing with us too? And now, you listen, people, I don't know if the people are going to say, Spice come out of her coma after being septic, not from, well, she didn't never really address the BBL. She comes out of that and talks about this album that she's putting out called Emancipated. Will Smith goes on tour in the same damn month to promote his movie called Emancipation. I just don't, you can't really make these things up. There's more words and there's more phrases and titles to use than. Now, what Spice got to do with Will Smith, I don't really know. But if we talking lineage and islands and things like that, then yeah, we might have to consider the history of things. What I'm saying is they drummed up drama for the Oscars because the ratings have been going down so severely. And the best people to use for that sort of thing is Chris Rock, who is equally received, and Will Smith, who people have grown up with. Black people. It's all about the bottom line. Bernie was a big man. And that's why they had to take a. See, I'd be devastated about Bernie. I just recently stopped taking a moment. I still take a moment, but I would take a moment of silence every time I heard his name, thought about Bernie Mac. I would just take a moment because ain't no way we shouldn't have our Bernie Mac with us. Okay, Joan Rivers and Bernie Mac. Well, what did that person say? I didn't even see what the person said. Joan Rivers and Bernie Mac shook me. And I'm not shaking easily. The camera angle, everything, even with the pictures, even what you call it, everybody was in on it. That's why I call it performance theater. It's everybody. We're gonna do a little. We're gonna do a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit. The whole show was a bit. Every single even when after getting damn P Diddy up there after that, just another black face. You know what I mean? To like, oh, the Oscars gone black. Regina Hall hosting, or whatever they did, that type of hosting thing. Wanda Sykes, all that sort of thing. But the Oscars ain't never been that black. I used to watch the Oscars. I like the red carpet, so I would, tune a little bit. Then it really got left and things like that. But that was the intention behind it. But everybody was in on it. Getting Lupita Nyong'o. Did you know what it's? Did you know what it's like to really see somebody slap somebody? Your face drops, your mouth is open, your eyes is wide, because you got to take it all in. First of all, because you're surprised. Didn't see it coming. And if somebody is running up on somebody, your mouth is agape because you are exhilarated with excitement with what is to come. People are just like, oh no. No. That's not a natural reaction. Will Smith's 6'2" ass is running up on Chris Rock's 150 pounds soaking wet. Maybe. Security right there. You're not going to tell me that's a real thing. I know how black people fight. I know Will don't care. I'm not going to say that. Should I say that? The blackest ceremony ever. So they used Will. What did Will do that night? Won an Oscar for his efforts. Yes, say it. Will don't care about Jada that much to be sitting up there and slapping somebody in front of them white people like that up on the stage like that. They ain't that serious. Jada damn near castrated that man on her damn program. Didn't nobody come and slap her? Gave him a little clout, I guess, a little encouragement. And everybody still got paid. Everybody got paid. Okay? Gave him a little bit more dignity back going up there and slapping somebody. So, oh, yeah, I'm still rough and tough, Will Smith. Depending on how you look at it. And that's the thing, is like how much are y'all gonna beat this man down? You're not gonna Jada castrates him on the damn show. Nobody comes to his defense. He gets up on the thing and he slaps Chris Rock. Nobody comes to his defense. It's all about Jada. Well, Jada is the one that keeps the message, and she got the message in the music. She keeps the badness afloat. Will Smith is just the talent. But that whole thing, it's like he can't catch a break. Good at what he does, and still will be overlooked and disregarded before you fucking know it. How did she, repay? Could we even say repay? That whole thing with Alcas Alcina, a mess. And they just want to drum up, like Will got the movie coming out, and Jada's show. I'm sure they're trying to line her up for some Emmy type of recognition and stuff like that. If I'm gonna speak to the upgrade between Will and Jada, on paper it looked like Will, obviously, and the look of the whole thing was Will was winning, right? He had the show, Jada was on his show, that sort of thing. But Will is just a talent. It's the people like Jada Pinkett who was running with the Tupacs and the things, and her Scientology and the things. You know what I mean? Those sorts of things. Did she get an Emmy for Red Table Talk already? Those sorts of things. She's more spiritually established and can guide the career of somebody like the talent of Will Smith. At no point ever did I feel sorry for Jada Pinkett. At no point ever. And now we want to talk about her health condition. And it had to be exposed. She didn't expose her man. She can't expose some health condition. Show me the receipts. Because anybody could be bald. Okay? That might be rude. That might be insensitive. I'm just joking, but I'm saying. Show me the receipts. Jada been bald since we knowed her. Okay? She did go through a brief, she did have the hair for some time. A little brief a moment. She had hair in, what's that movie called? The Woman's Club or something like that. Wig or what have you, whatever the case, probably good wig, because she always been. And show me the, please. Instead of just parading some stuff for a facade, for me to follow some narrative. We have to point now here at the collective, we're not into the narratives. Let's look through it and let's just and see what's really happening before our eyes, because that's taking parade in front of before our eyes. The video too, I talk about. You got to go to my video because I'm not pulling up the pictures. I have videos for it. It's in the Queen Bee. It's in the Queen Bee playlist. Beyonce clearly has a penis inside the blow dryer. Nobody's ever going to talk about that, but me. But nobody's ever going to talk about it because that's Queen Bee. She can't do no wrong. When the video, it's in the 7-Eleven video, which is a spiritual That whole video is ritualistic. From the clothes that she wears, to the checkerboard floors, to her queen stance, to the dancing of the five girls, the whole thing. In the video, when they're in the bathroom, if I have the video up on my page, in the video when they're in the bathroom, she has the blow dryer. It goes from white on black to white on black, and the brown piece is a dildo. You can't convince me otherwise. And nobody ever addresses it, so much so that in that Beyonce quiz filter, that's the picture they used. White on brown on black. So why not white on black like it was? I said when it first came out, I sent it to the Shade Room. I sent it over to the TD Jakes camp. They told me it was an edit. Why would somebody even edit that? It's a whole wee. Okay, that's so silly. It's a whole wee. Why would somebody even edit that in there like that? But blow dryer, I'm just, whatever, But why? But that's just, she just gets away with it. She even gets away with the verbiage. I don't know much about algebra. Lots of things she says in songs, and she, it just goes over to people as they don't make a big deal about it. Me, I'm big on grammar. I'm big on visuals, so I might pick up on things more than other people. But after a certain amount of time goes by, and it just never is addressed. Meanwhile, Chris Brown would never live it down. The things he didn't. Granted, there's a big difference between a wee and a damn blow dryer, and the images that we saw that Rihanna sustained from that altercation with Chris Brown. But things like, they'll never live that down. Will Smith will never live this thing down with Chris Rock. It is it's in the Queen Bee playlist, and it might be at the top. I don't, you have to physically go in there and lay it out by an order, but it's called, I don't know what it's called. It's called the D is in the D. That's what it's called. The D is in the D. The devil is in the details, or the dick is in the dryer. The D is in the D. Either way, I mean, that'll never be addressed. And one day it will. When somebody's trying to plot on Beyonce's downfall, they'll talk about how she put a dick in a dryer, and nobody ever talked about it. And y'all gonna be like, well, London said 10 years ago, and I've been saying for 10 years. London said 10 years ago there was a dick in the dryer, and that's, it's all that. It's very much so all those sorts of things. And in 10 years from now, Wendy will be long gone, and things will have been changed. Something is upon us. Kim is trying to darken that hair back up to the new people in the collective. I said when Kim goes blonde, things are in the making, and when she goes back dark, things have been changed, and that is usually that's her pattern. That's the pattern. But that's color. That's ritual. You know what I'm saying? Pure white and black and things. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't eat crow. By no means that when somebody watched Wendy Williams eat crow, that should have been taken lightly. Like, oh, she's so silly, or Wendy's so brave, or whatever dumb shit people say. They're looking at something crazy as hell as somebody eating crow on television. Not for a challenge, not because it's a delicacy, not because she had a taste for crow, but she had reached a peak in her show that required some service. And maybe had spoken out of turn. The significance of that video too is really the dates. For Kanye to go on his the Yeezus tour as long as he did and end it on the day Wendy eats that crow, that's no coincidence. Even for the show that had started that late in the year, in September, it's no coincidence at all. By no means. Did Kanye say, "Oh, I'll just do this today"? Oh, it just happened to be the day Wendy eats the crow, talking about my marriage. No coincidence at all. Significance? Look at what happened after. Every year since then, it's been some shit. And now look at her now. That was 2014. Um, that's 8 years. It's 8 years later. Now we're talking about numbers, and I don't know everybody that's into numbers, and I'm not the best with numbers, but those things stick out. That's 4 and 4. Lots of that video, along with Beyonce, anything involving Beyonce is revolving around fours. And Joan Rivers, in a sense, like I've said, the timing is different. And Joan Rivers, being the type of comedian that she is, and involved in fashion, Russian and Jewish, imagine the type of shit she probably wouldn't even want to talk. But imagine the types of things. Imagine the types of things that she would have to say. Imagine. Let me look at the TikTok. I know it's in there. It ain't nowhere else but in there. It might be an iconic moment. Let me see. I can't even look at the playlist on here. TikTok be different on my tablet than it is on my phone. Hey, Miss Sandy. Oh, here we go. What's up, sugar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, no, it's not in there. I lied, you guys. I lied. Forgive me. She said, I went to go look, and it's not there. It must be an iconic moment. I'm about to change it right now.
It's when the cheeks and the ass come together and perform a suction. So when it's separated, yeah. They're clapping. Yes,
they're clapping.
The clapping sound comes from the suction of the
Fantasia, can you improvise a little song based on that?
Where is that?
Twerking by the Cakes. Give it to me.
I might as well do it now before somebody else.
Please do it. Let's hear it.
Twerking by the cakes, twerking by the cakes, twerking by the cakes. Yes, I'm twerking by the cakes. Now I'm twerking by the fish, twerking by the fish. Hold up. Oh, now I'm twerking by the milk. I'm twerking by the milk. Twerking by the milk. Yes, I'm twerking by the milk. I'm twerking by the fish. Twerking by the fish. Hold up. Yes, I'm twerking.
yeah.
I need her. If Candy brought back legs and hips and body, Fantasia need to bring that back. I did that. Hopefully she would do something. I need some credit from that. Where is the beat? Is it in What's the Read?
If you've been paying attention,
If you've been paying
hinting at
attention.
it for months, quite obviously hinting at it. So now finally the news is out. To make her first time hosting SNL even more special, she revealed her baby bump.
I've listened to my voice so much, more times this year than I have in the 34 years of me living.
This is the BD.
Where is it at? I have misled you guys, and I apologize. Because it should be, is it in vintage tea? Twerking by the cakes, yes, I'm twerking by the cake. Vintage tea, is so much going on in vintage tea. There's so much going on. No.
But this is what I got.
There's so much going on in vintage tea. Hold up. Yeah, I'm twerking. Now hold on now. I know well, imagine if they took it down. Since Beyonce's on here now. Twerking by the cake, yeah, I'm twerking by the cakes.
It's when the cheeks.
Andy said, is it slamming down? Knowing he know about twerking, I know he done had some chocolate cakes. I'm sure he has. Hold on, because I can't be leading the people astray. And I don't know, it's not in the places I put it in, Lord. Do I got to go back? This was weeks ago. Twerking by the cakes, yes, I'm twerking by the cakes. Yeah, she did. I like that. In that, she looks very much so together. That gym and that hair. Hold up. Yeah, I'm twerking. to see us before this because I didn't even start putting the labels over the pictures yet. Oh Lord, what if they done took my picture? What if they done took my video down? That's first of all, if you're a content creator, you got to go through your feed because you don't know if they done silenced your stuff, and they don't always send you a message. It's in here somewhere. It's got to be around this time because I definitely did it. Oh no, here it is. The D is in the D. It's not even in a playlist.
With that said, welcome to my new followers.
Yet lying to the people.
One of the first pieces of
What's up removed from playlist? What playlist is it in? Oh, trends and things. I'm putting it in the Beyonce. Why didn't I put it in the Beyonce playlist?
Favorite songstress, right?
Silly.
So I just happened to be going.
That was silly of me.
And I saw that
Okay, it's in there. You can go check it out. Let me see if it's this, but hopefully it's at the top. It's where it should be now. It is. It's right at the top. Forgive me for leading y'all astray. I do hair. Yes, I do. Chocolate cake and powdered donuts. Twerking by the case. Yes, I'm twerking by the case. Because it's the 7-Eleven video is a dick in the thing. There's just no way to. There's just no other way to. There's just nothing else there. Like I said, it's white on black originally, and that's because that's how they deliver your dryers, right? With the dryer itself and it's white, and then they give you an extender piece, and that's white too, and then you get the piece that's either a comb or the centralizer. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. I don't know if that's the word for it, but you know what I'm talking about. Then in the next frame or the next 2 frames is white on brown on black. So in the spirit of castration, like damn Jada Pinkett, they done cut the nuts off the damn. Is this too spicy for TikTok? I don't know. And then stuffed it in a dryer and then put the piece on the tip of it. Pork shoulder. Birria pork. I got this thing. That's how I made it. Birria pork, rice, and string beans. I'm about to get up again. But that is what's been going on. That's what happened, and they just push. You don't notice, and if they don't make a big deal about it, that's the thing about the media. If they don't make a big deal about it, nobody makes any mention of it. Yep, it's right at the top of the queen bee. I do have more. I probably have for the next day or two. Now, I am passionate about Walmart delivery and my leftovers. Okay, I'm also passionate about makeup and hair, and unconscious theorizing. A man of many passions. But that's what's going on. But what else is happening? I'm saying exactly what I said in the video, or exactly what I'm saying here. Now, I didn't want to say too much because I don't want them to take it down. I want somebody to come back and be like, this is London's video from 10 years ago, you know. But the visuals are there. Well, I'm going to get into Real Housewives of Potomac. I'll get into that tomorrow. Jaguar said, will somebody flip Wendy and Mickey? I mean, you know, from not my experience, I never slipped and never really experienced somebody with a Mickey firsthand. But I just feel like a Mickey does more damage. And there's different levels to Mickeys, you know. No, you know, today I just took the day for myself, okay? And tomorrow I have every intention on being leaps and bounds more productive, okay? So pray with me. Pray for me. Twerking by the cake, twerking by the cake. It's there. It's white. First the dryer is white on black because it's the dryer itself. Did everybody leave to go watch the video? It's the dryer itself, and then the extender to make the dryer longer, like if you have longer hair. And then the piece that would either be, it's the black piece that is either the comb or the piece that the concentrator piece that blows it in one specific direction. That's what it's like in that first frame. And then after that, it's white on brown on black. It's a deek. A U-deek, it's a wee-wee. You ever been in a right? Yeah, and I know you just don't be right. You know, you don't talk right, walk right, look right. You know what I mean? Like literally, you don't. You're staring into the abyss. Whatever it is with Wendy, I just don't know. It's still not right for sure, but I just don't know. I think it's something a little bit more a little bit something more boutique wise, you know, of a medication or a type of thing situation. Now listen, I don't want to make you see nothing that's not there, but it's very clearly there. And if it's not a wee-wee, O-U-I, please tell me what it is. And why it went from white on black to white on brown on black. And even if you have a wee-wee of your own in a cabinet or a drawer somewhere, you know exactly what it is. Because it got a little bend on it. Just a bit of a bend on it. It could be a Snickers. It could be a Snickers. That's true. True indeed. True. The possibilities are endless. You know? It could be. But no, that's what it is. And nobody talk about that. I told you, the Shade Room texted me back. I don't know if you ever messaged the Shade Room. I don't know if you ever got a message back. But the Shade Room messaged me back, honey, and said, no, that's an edit. I'm like, y'all took y'all time to shut me down? Knowing damn well there ain't no goddamn edit. Kenny, you got to go look at the damn, the Queen Bee playlist on my page. It's the first video. And come back. Why did she do it? To switch up the narrative, not to switch up the, what am I saying? To continue, it's feminine energy, but the whole thing, the whole video is ritualistic. From her sweatshirt, which people think says kale, she don't eat a leafy green in that whole damn video. Not one salad, not one kale chip, not a vinaigrette dressing over, nothing. But the sweater says kale. At that time, everybody was into kale. And kale had become a big thing. Everybody eating green and all that stuff, you know, was really it was on the cusp of that type of behavior. But kale is really Kali. It's a Hindu deity of war and destruction. The black and white checkerboard floors, the 5 dancers dancing in a pentagram. It's just the whole thing. And like I said, if you got to castrate the wee to put it inside the thing, that's symbolic. Jay-Z needs Beyonce for relevancy. If it wasn't Jay-Z, it would be somebody else. If there was somebody else in Jay-Z's position who was capable to be that Jay-Z, somebody quiet and malleable, then it would be. Beyonce is the one pushing this thing in here too. That's why her numbers and her situations, and that goes back into the other videos I have on her about her lineage from Italian Canadian culture or roots, heritage, to coming down and establishing a Creole culture in Louisiana. It's Beyonce's family. Like I said, the thing with Spice, but I don't know what Spice, on the surface, what the Spice and Will Smith got to do with each other. I don't know, but Spice is from the islands, honey. And there's long relationships and wheelings and dealings with people, with the people of the islands and the people of America. Even everybody connected. I just seen a picture today of Amara La Negra with Celia Cruz. People just don't be famous because they so good. Something ain't right. It's just, I just really like my opinion, whichever side. Yeah. Jack, I have to get into Jaguar, and that's you have to be. And I guess open-minded is the way to say it, but you just have to. I think you have to be capable. I guess open-minded is saying that, but you have to be capable. You have to be capable to see what is being presented. You know what I mean, to you. And if nobody ever tells you what to look for, then no, I guess you're not going to see it, because whatever we're conditioned. The masses are conditioned to absorb things and expect things. The same like we were talking about earlier about Kiki being pregnant. People just like, oh, but she's pregnant. She must be having the time of her life. Of course she needs to start a family. That's that conditioning that women want to be pregnant and start a family and want to be married. That's just not true. And that's just not a very general expectation to put on every woman that you meet. Even every day you meet a girl, when you're having babies, it's like the thing. But because she does that, it fits. People look better. Like, people don't want a president that's not married. But just because he married, do that mean he happy? Just because he's married, does that mean he's more trustable? Trustworthy? Absolutely not. A king-size Snickers. I missed something, Kenny. You got to watch it again. It's in like I said, I don't want to make you see nothing that you don't see, but it's there. That's the thing. Like that goes with what I'm saying. Like the whole marriage thing, I think too. People just are more generally. You can cross more lines when you're married. You cross more lines of acceptance, and you break the barrier between people who don't really understand or trust you. If you get married, if you have kids, you know what I'm saying. If you settle down, that's what people are saying too. She's 29 years old. She wants to settle down. What the fuck? Let me tell you this. I'm 29. I don't know. I'd like to think, because I am a traditionalist. But if I'm out living my best life, and the things that I want to make are happening, the things that I want to do are happening, and I'm lining myself up to achieve more, that settle down thing, that goes back into what Oprah be saying. I'm not getting into the responsibility of making somebody a sandwich because I'm required to make somebody a sandwich because I'm married to them. I'll make Stedman a sandwich if I feel like it, but I'm not obligated to do anything like that. Why would I want to do that? And being a celebrity like that, because that's in the same breath, people saying she's been around a long time. She's been around a long time. She's seen a lot of things. She done dilly-dally with a lot of guys and some gals. She knows. Same thing with Chrissy. Settling down ain't what it's all crapped up to be. Whatever the phrase is. I don't know. About holding herself back. I think Beyonce is exactly where like I said, Beyonce could be further. She wanted to give all this credit to the gays now. After she dropped Get Me Body, she could have did a lot, tailored her album for the gays, a little sample or something, and she could be a lot further than where she is. But everything in its timing. But for Beyonce to have the reach that she has, it was better with Jay-Z, a Jay-Z-like person, not specifically Jay-Z, because obviously, as we know, Jay-Z has been with many people and has not had the same success or access that he has with Beyonce. Miss Fandy is in the playlist. The Beyonce playlist is all the way at the end. It's the first video. B is a true Virgo. The video, exactly. The video was so chaotic. People looking at her. People look. I feel like she just got her butt. She had them pants that made her butt look bigger. It was a lot, Christmas trees and clapping. It was a lot of things. What do you mean, Kenny? Which husband? Whose husband? Which husband? Maybe they should watch the actual video because it's a bit. It would be a bigger view. I didn't want to give too much because I wanted to stay up there. And I am beating right. It's definitely a video for the collective. But it's got views because people like shit they don't understand on TikTok, which is so weird to me. It's one of the most frustrating things. But I realize my content, if you're not on the inside at the table with us eating, then you're not gonna get what's being served. I'm a Virgo. We never need him. But you cross no line. She needs his likeness, his influence, 100%. He needs her too, like you said, access. Yeah. Why so many men? Why is that? First of all, Pamela, because I'm in the mood. What the fuck? Maybe you're not referring to me, but I'm assuming you are. Because why so many men want to be women? What the fuck tells you that a bonnet? You don't know what the hair looks like. What my hair looks like. You don't know what type of style I got. What the fuck qualifies a bonnet to be strictly for women? You never been with a man with any hair, I'm assuming. You look like the type to not even grab a man and keep him in your bed while you're worrying about why men want to be women. I'm sick. Beard full, okay? Good. You shouldn't be. I don't know why you would even say that, because we sitting here talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z. So why are you wondering why men want to be women? And what have you seen to even bring up that conversation? Why men want to be women? Did you see another one of my videos and still you come to my live with this? To what? Get red? For me to get rude and get out of pocket? I don't want to get rude and out of pocket. I just want to love with the people that are loving on me. And you come in here with the bullshit. Tell me who you were talking about. Give me the reference, and I might find it in my heart to apologize. I probably won't, but I might consider it. Okay, good. No disrespect. But you know what? You might as well just go on because you don't even know the context of the conversation. So you just go on and carry on and have yourself a blessed evening on this good Saturday night, okay? Thank you for stopping by. Pamela Heedy, ready to go. I was eating, see, that's how you come on in. I just came on. Could you see a plate, right? Thank you. I had a pork shoulder, some rice, and string beans. And I need to get up and get some more because I need just a little more. I got me a banana pudding coming tomorrow. I done cracked down. I said it's December. It's a new month. I can treat myself to a banana pudding. So I got that coming, and they got me a delivery coming. It's Jay-Z's birthday today, and we didn't see too much. No parties or nothing, but we'll see something. I think he turned 54 or 53, but it was Jay-Z's birthday today. All their birthdays is on the 4th. I didn't mean no disrespect. People get on my nerves. The nerves of people gets on mine. Earth does love with fire. Well, it's very, very thought out and processed to put these people together. He turned 53. That's 8. That's 8. That's 4 and 4. Either way, Tina's birthday next month too. I think her birthday is January 4th or January 12th. So here they go, just to give me the year. Yeah, January 4th. Her birthday's next month. No BS will be tolerated. But you know, we've crossed the path. I've broken a bit of a barrier with the new family members in this. I'm open and welcome to everybody. But what I do not like and what I do not want, what I do not like is for people to get rude and beside themselves. What I do not want is to engage with people for their ignorance. What I like and what I prefer is exactly what we've been doing the past 2 hours, 2 hours and 9 minutes, vibing and carrying on. People coming in here and getting beside themselves because that's all they're capable of doing and not knowing how to get into a conversation. And I'm even open to the opposite, you know, like, oh, why would you think, and who says, because I'll answer your questions to the best of my abilities. I'll give you an insight to how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. But to come in here with the dumb shit because that's all you're capable of doing, that will not be tolerated. In no degree. My moderators stay on it. And as I carry on in this content creation, I just keep my ass out the damn. How I post a video with the good comments, and I don't read the damn. I post a good video and it gets the comments. How I don't read the comments, but it's just an insight to how people think, and sometimes it's disgusting, disturbing. And I take it back to the goddamn Bernie documentary. The ability of people to just function so smoothly or so intently in negativity is disgusting to me. Yes, I do. I do. There's, like I said, there's some, Beyonce's lineage leads to the creation of the Creole culture in America. That's not to be overlooked. What's the flag? What's that? Haitian. Thank you. Okay. Get sliced right out the chat. Yeah, I think, yeah. And that's, like I said, Amara La Negra. You think it time Kakudi? Tamika Kute. Like I said, Amara La Negra and Celia Cruz, that's nothing. Even when I heard, you know, like Aaliyah and Gladys Knight and Whitney Houston and Dionne Warwick, you know what I'm saying? People is connected. People is connected. Nobody's just really brought up out the ranks. And if you are, that's really the connection. Let's say like Wendy Williams, Cardi B, you know what I'm saying? Brought up and pushed to do these things. Not such a heavy connection like that per se, but fit the purpose of Wendy turning magazines into, you know, verbal and physical, you know what I'm saying, information and things like that. With knowing that magazines is going to go down the hill, so we need somebody to put it on the radio, and then ultimately we need somebody to put it on TV. And you grab somebody like Cardi B, cool, and that's not for nothing. Like Wendy, good for running her mouth, so you exploit that. And Cardi B, good at dancing, and sure, maybe she raps too, or she got the ability to carry a flow. You give her $2 million, she gonna do what you want her to fucking do. And that's just that. Everybody does everything. Back to what we were saying about Will Smith, the whole thing in the Oscars. Everybody do anything for money. They will do anything to bring up the dollar. For why? I just don't even know. The money, power, respect. What you need in life: money, power, respect. You can't sleep at night. You'll see the light. It's the key to life. Anything for clout, okay? Because I always felt like it ain't no reason Cardi and Nicki can't. It's no reason that everybody just can't be, everything can't be copacetic, and they do albums and put, you know what I'm saying, do things together. But the drama, even you know, the videos, you know, the drama, people like it dramatic. People like it dramatic. People like, because then people get to voice their opinions. But if everything is all love, like Barney, People don't know what to do with themselves. Thank you so much, Fandy. I have to go. Oh, you're heading out. Enjoy the rest of your night, my love. I'll see you next time, sooner rather than later. I'll tell you. As always. But yeah, it just can't be cool. It just can't be. It has to be something. It has to be something. And not because it can't be, but because it's the place and the mindset that they want us to be in. If everybody's walking around thinking, I don't need to get married, I'm just put my nose down, start my business, and do the things like that, or you know what I mean, or just encourage people to be better, and make smart decisions and things like that. It's like no, or even extend a hand. Oh, I'll help you do this, or you need this, I'll help you do that. There's always some fuck shit that distorts that type of mindset. Always. There's gonna be a movie. They're gonna try to rehash something like the Tail movie. Like there's no reason of all the ideas of all the screenplays that these Paramount and all of them, those big companies that screenplays that they throw away, disregard, don't look into. Let's do an Emmett Till movie. Yeah, that'll be good with white people. Let's do an Emmett Till movie. Yeah, we'll get Whitney. We'll get Whoopi Goldberg. She works for cheap. We'll get of all the things. You trying to rehash Emmett Till with us, or whatever this Will Smith movie is, slave based. I think I'm not exactly sure. I'm going by what I heard. But it's some slave-based, not your typical slave movie, but it's still slave. Now that's the Will Smith talent, shucking and jiving for the people, good at provoking films, evoking emotion, spirits. Will Smith, the top black, besides like Denzel, top black actor in Hollywood. Denzel said, "I'll give you my son, and I don't have nothing else." And they don't require nothing else. We've got his son. Will Smith said, "My kids is doing something else. They're going to do music, and I'll just do what you need me to do in the movies, just to, because I care enough. I care enough." Or whatever, Because I say, after that, Willow went on tour. After that whole Slapgate. I got to thank Richard Nixon for that whole gate. Everything's a gate. They always want us to be in, to never forget a traumatic state. Always, 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 always. Always a victim, never the victim. Somebody tried to get Angela Ray to explain that. Why do they always want us to be a victim and never a victim? She was like, that's complicated. There's nothing complicated about that at all. That is the most evident thing in American culture, to keep the general idea to keep black people in a victim state. Not all black people are victims. Not all black people subscribe to the narrative. But ultimately, that's what, if you go on your Facebook right now, people are playing victim. If you go and look at the movies, black people are playing in a victim role. If, like I said, in Wisconsin, the goddamn barista writes monkey on the coffee, and that becomes news on the social media, there's no other reason. I'm sure somebody in Wisconsin, some black guy, black girl, black kid, got a degree, full ride to some college. If we're gonna, celebrate college, higher education, which you should, a lot goes into that. Some black person in Kansas started a business that's doing well, and they don't have to, and they're financially stable, but they don't ever talk about things like that. Just being aware, open up to the idea that, and then come here to the Kelly Collective, and then we could dissect it and just enlighten you to the best of my abilities. Because some things, no, we don't. There's some things I don't know, and there's things. Cause there's more connective tissue. There's always more connective tissue. And that's why I said keeping my eyes on everything. Like my friend told me about, he was like, do you look at Hazel-E? And then, like I said, the thing with, because I never watched Madison and Kaya. I never watched that show, but I did watch Madison after that. But that sort of situation and her even being with Kaya conditioned Madison to handle interviews and things like that better because she was dealing with somebody who was on the inside who was always teetering on, you know, exposure and the wrong side of entertainment and things like that. And now look at Madison, fucking Beyonce. I mean, and I really don't think people really make that. I mean, but it's like if anybody, I mean, because if anybody gets on a fucking Beyonce album, it's like this is such a big thing. You know what I mean? So there's credit that's due there, but the time and the work was put in long ago. Has she not removed herself from that conversation? Would she have cut herself out of the opportunity that she's in right now? Multiple opportunities, that movie with her and I never watched with her and Madison, no, but I did watch when Madison was doing it. She would have the people on there, but I never watched with her and Kaya, no. Well, that's the thing too. For me, at least, and I don't want to project, but it was like Kaya. Who cares about Kaya? You know, that would project, but it was like Kaya. Who cares about Kaya? You know, that was my perception. Besides my neck and my back, and when she got shot in the vagine, it was just so much dumb shit that was surrounding her. That was just like, okay, I don't really care. But like I'm saying, you got to keep your ears and eyes open to everything. I realized Kaya was the hilarious one. Ears and eyes open to everything. What was I about to say? Ears and eyes open to everything. Well, that's what I was saying too, especially in the same sense of, one movie might not detail everything. But if you watch several movies, especially like actual depictions or like based in truth, if you watch several movies of that, you might be able to get a fuller picture of what the situation is. Like Marilyn Monroe, which is kind of recent. If you just watch Blonde, you won't get the type of person, the individual that she was, that you get when you watch the Marilyn stories. And if you watch the Marilyn stories, and there's other Marilyn Monroe things, like the one with not the first one. There's many. Kate Winslet, or the other lady that played her, that was more of like the depiction of Marilyn. You miss the everyday or the her behavior, her demeanor. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. In Blondie, they just played her as a tramp. If you put it all together, you get her influence over men, her intellectual mind, and how she put all those things together to become Marilyn. You have to watch all. You have to watch. I mean, I don't need to watch. But I don't need to watch Blonde because I don't need to see that side, because that's an exploitative side. Like, she can't be smart because she's a whore. She can't be so sought after because she was dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can't, like, that's not the one narrative. But if you watch all three, you can see how the person comes together. Like if you watch things on 9/11 leading to Bin Laden, you can see how Zero Dark 30 and the report and Zero Dark 30, the report and things like that lend itself to the same narrative. And if you got to be thinking right, things make sense, and that's what Judge Judy says. You don't have to work too hard for the truth. You work hard for a lie. And if you lay it all out with all the information, gathering information, then you get a better understanding of you get a fuller understanding of the story. And yeah, you have to listen to a little, I don't ever listen to bluegrass, but you listen to a little hip hop, a little R&B, some poetry, read a book, you know what I'm saying, things like that. Create a better story. But that's all in the interest and the need to gain that type of information. I mean, most people don't want to do that. They don't need to do that because they're happy with the TV lineup and they're happy with their jobs. They're happy being unhappy. You know what I mean, and that sort of thing. You ain't got to fool me but once, Ike. And it started with the dinosaurs. You ain't got to fool me but once, Ike. And then, you know, then the next question, and the next question, and the next question, and somebody puts it together, and I'm trying to put it together for myself, and then, you know, I'm just on a constant quest for understanding. Man, you know, that's just that, especially too, as they're getting older, at least for me, you know, I get invested in these people, like, you know, like I said, Joan Rivers. I liked her approach, you know, the fashion and the comedy and things like that, you know. Bernie Mac, I just liked him overall. He was funny. I liked this, you know, from what they gave us. Appreciated his character, his candor, everything like that. Wendy Williams, get it from the ground, turn it into something that's your own, and, you know, have people eating out the palm of your hand. That, you know, that whole thing really fell into that. And now these people are some of the people that have really, shit, Joan and Bernie gone. When that's real, you know what? That's just real. I said, well, Wendy, besides her being done with the show, or even the timing and like trying to filter her out, the news itself, is just too. The way in which she would have delivered the news, I think, would have gotten so superficial. And the fact that she really couldn't speak about situations or even really share very relevant information to a situation, that people would have started to unsubscribe to that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, when she got on for Hot Topics, it wasn't like, oh, I was going, like me, I do the things that come to me, write down the topics that you guys suggest to me. I curate my content, obviously. Wendy didn't curate that. She came in, the script was provided to her. I mean, she was a little insight, like, you know, whatever. But the script was given to her. She read the script before she got dressed. They put it on the prompter with any type of ad-libs that she wanted to put in. By the time she got dressed, she's simply reading off a script. I went to the show. You can read the script right along with her. Somebody could host the show straight from the stands because you can see exactly what she's reading. I'm sure she's pretty tired of that. And especially without the freedom of, because I remember when the show first started, it was lots of references to legal. Oh, the lawyers, and all that kind of subsided. She got a better handle of how to do her job. But it was different than what was going on in the show, which was like, okay, this is boom. These are the magazines. This is the things this is what I'm going to talk about. This is what I'm going to talk about. Which was, she was curating her content. That's not what happened when she got on the TV show. It's like, we will talk about these things because this is what the people want to get to talking about. Here we are with the Jewish people that Kanye West is talking about, control the media and the narrative and the things. It all comes back. I said, you know, I'm not going to get in here and talk about Wendy Williams. I don't want to do that. Because every time I get on here to talk about, but I mean, that's what I'm saying about Wendy getting to a point now, and it's just okay, phase her out. Phase her out like this, I just don't know, because there's no reason she could not have transitioned from July 2021 into September 2021 into a podcast. There's absolutely no reason why that couldn't have been an actual event. Absolutely no reason at all. So they want to hush her. They want her to be quiet. They want her out of the way and push this narrative because she could keep going. She could have kept going. That's what she said. I'm gonna have Dr. Oz. She wasn't talking about I'll have Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. She said I'm gonna have the Dr. Oz's and the Susie Orman and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Things like that that are healthy, beneficial, and stuff like that. Now Dr. Oz got dropped by the lady that put him on. Jen, happy Sunday. Yeah, she got moved out the way. You know, everybody's moving out the way. You know, Kiki, you know, it's just everybody's, like I said, it's just the younger generation. For some reason, I thought Kiki was older than 29. She just turned 29. Jen, I'm about to get out of here. Hey, Chris. What did we talk about? I had to cuss somebody out real quick. Just real quick, something light. But Keke Palmer, of course. Hey, where are y'all coming from now? I'm about to get out of here. Talk about Keke Palmer, of course. Tia Mowry. So many things. I appreciate that. I'm happy you slid on in. Just a little of this and a little of that. I had ate a little something. Actually, hold on. Hold the line. Hold the line. Just hold the line real quick. Just hold the line. Whoa, I'm twerking by the mill. Twerking by the milk, yes, I'm twerking by the milk. Twerking by the fish. Twerking by the fish. Yeah, I'm twerking. Just a little something. I told the people, Jen, I had put the people on to the Beyonce video with the wee-wee and the blow dryer. It was just something like, not today. I did that Kiki video, and then I got prostrate, okay? I had some popcorn, and I popped right back into bed. Oh, that's a nice way to spend. That's just how you spend the Sundays, getting everything right in order. So yeah, what's the real reason? She lived Corey. And that's what I was talking about, how I don't really care about what her narrative is for leaving Corey. She would do a couple interviews talking, not really addressing Corey, but like, this is health, all this mental health, you know, it's just such a fad. And, you know, you have to do what you have to do for your mental health. And when you feel something is a girl, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Miss Ma'am. Just a light Sunday dinner. I actually cooked this yesterday. It's perfect for today. I was going to do seafood, but I'll probably do that Wednesday. What y'all think about that? Same time Wednesday. A little boil. Yeah, right. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care about Tia. Because she could have left that man. And that's the thing. Everything is just, it's all about the timing. And I think if you understand that everything is in timing, then everything else, lots of things will start to reveal themselves for what they really are. Right. Y'all think, so what you're saying is he is incapable of developing his mindset to elevate to yours because you realize he's just so toxic that you had 2 kids with him and been with Corey for 20-something years. 15, 15 years they've been together? At least 15 years? Yeah, I think that's the clip that was going around too. He was getting agitated with her. And I don't want her, that was my whole thing. Before she even started talking about it, it was like, I don't want her to come out and be trying to paint him to be the bad guy when it was probably your ass. Especially mental health, because it's such a thing now. Thanks to Charlemagne and Taraji. But that's it, King. It's trendy. And it's an easy way to overlook, some serious things. It was just mental health. Sometimes it's a little bit more specific than, mental health. You know what I mean? Trauma is not just one thing. Like I said, the timing of Tia is, first of all, they move in tandem, both of them. The sorcery of the sisters, the Mari sisters, and Tamara started doing her things, and then Tia, that cooking is taking off, and she's up on TikTok doing the things, so it was just a transition. Hopefully Corey find him something. Yeah, a buzzword, exactly. And heavy on the lack of empathy. Deny you of life insurance, exactly. Now, hello, come on, inside information. And no pre-existing conditions now. Let me tell you something. I be saying stuff, and that's just me, I guess. I don't know. Overlooking my own shadiness. But I was like, I'm gonna just... First of all, I mean, they were a handsome couple. It's a shoulder. It's pork. I don't eat beef. They were a handsome couple. And... I left the people to gather their own opinions, and they definitely took the umbrella route with it. They took a palm leaf. They said take it with a grain of salt, take it with a palm leaf. Misha, no, never. Especially because when I posted the picture, I didn't know who she was. In that video, I don't know half of them people. I didn't know that was the girl from Mayel. I didn't know that was No IG Jeremy. I didn't know that was the girl from I didn't know that was Steve Harvey's daughter. And then I looked her up. Child, that's the most handsome she ever looked. That's the most handsome she ever looked. And I'm just being honest. There's no shade. It's all tea. Listen, God bless her. She ain't worried about me. She got that good, handsome man over there. She got that good Harvey money coming in. Meanwhile, Lori Harvey, now we don't discuss Lori Harvey. But she has been looking really nice lately, out and about at the things. Trying to land her a new man. He'll probably be Middle Eastern something. He won't be black. I mean, she done had enough black. She got to try something different now. All that glam budget, yeah. Yeah. I might be a bit of a mean girl. That's what they said. She's a twin. He had some twerking. Natasha, get out of here. I have not seen that. But if Michael B. Jordan ain't keep her, what the hell you think make you think Damson Idris gonna keep her? Damson Idris got very nicely manicured hands. When he just maybe another contract, he got some movie coming out. He's supposed to play somebody in a biopic, right? Well, not Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors got him a white woman. And that's the thing. Speaking of how they pull the wool over people's eyes, y'all got to realize, Damson Idris, Jonathan Majors, Mabatu Mbuku, whatever his name is from Damson Idris. He's supposed to be Eddie Murphy. You never heard of Damson Idris or Jonathan Majors? Jonathan Majors is, Lovecraft Country. I can't think of what else he was in. And Damson Idris is Snowfall. But those people, Damson Idris, Mobutu from Black Panther, Jonathan Majors, fucking what's his name from The Game, Malik, are not the people that you see in the shows and the movies. Yes, they handsome, but the thing about them that makes them even more attractive and appealing on the shows is that they're aggressive, dominant. They really pull up that black idea, you know what I'm saying, of dominance. Jonathan Majors like white women. Mobutu talks like a Miss something. So does Malik in real life. They fall in love with these characters, and then projected on them in real life do not even live up to it. And then when somebody like Jonathan Majors has a white woman, you'd be surprised. Well, he seems so black. Yeah, he seems like in the program. Denial is a river in Egypt. That man likes white women. Proudly. Proudly. Listen. I was going to do a video on that. I have to find clips to use to substantiate my claim. I'm eating again. Yes. To substantiate my claim. But they're always trying to fool somebody. Lots of it. Even Halle Berry. Men love Halle Berry. Halle Berry ain't been with nobody darker than me. And I'm dark. Compared to the people that Halle Berry been with. The darkest? Yeah. Eric Benet lighter than me. Well, they done turned Eric Benet into a damn sex addict. Laying down. I'm gonna slide right in them sheets. Turned him into a sex addict. Everybody else was just crazed. So they did the black man the worst. Come on now, somebody, no? Even my girl J-Lo. Men love J-Lo. Black men. She ain't been with nobody. Diddy, and we all know what's going on over at the Diddy at the Combs compound. Kim was in the picture. What the hell was Kim doing while he was sitting there carrying on with J-Lo? I think he did too. At least that's what a lot of people have said. In that case, she deserves the recognition. But, Thank you for the share. Helena Dudley, welcome. And I'm just saying what I'm seeing. So I said it was very realistic. Clothes was off. And that's the thing, to have her so exposed on that set, clothes or not, because even if it's closed, it's still at least 5, 6 people there. Screwing Billy Bob. Do Angelina Jolie got an Oscar? She was screwing Billy Bob. Taraji's gonna be screwing somebody white in her next film and get her an Oscar. And the people gonna be happy. She gonna have to do something. They think she gonna sit out here and be good in these movies and sell hair care products. Who she think she is, Rihanna? Who she thinks she is? Same thing in that same movie I was telling you guys I watched with Denzel's son. I just blended up some peppers and it's hot. Spicy. I don't know, I just had a bunch of pepper. I made burrito tacos last year, so let me just use these peppers. And I don't know which ones is hot, I don't know which ones was this, but I put it together, okay? Is that the same year she tongued her? I remember when she tongued her brother down. But that movie with Denzel and Margot Robbie, and I think Billy Bob Thornton is in that too. Christian Bale, Taylor Swift is in that movie too. She's a very she's a distraught and emotional wife, widow. Her husband ends up dying, and they hired Denzel's son to do it with Christian Bale to do the detective work or something like that, autopsy something. She's really good, like her emotions and stuff like that. She's better than old girl. And I was sitting there watching the movie, and I was like, I know Taylor Swift ain't about to become no movie star after selling out these albums, buying her albums back, and buying her rights, and selling out the stadiums and stuff like that. And y'all, just as soon as I finished that thought, she got hit by a car in the movie. As soon as I finished that thought, she was underneath the car, okay? So that was that. And that's in like the first maybe 20 minutes of the movie. Like I told you guys before, you can't do too much. You can't do too much too well. So, I don't know. I don't know what it is or what we got, but this is what we have. Because this is what they gave us. I wish I had a little banana pudding now. I don't have nothing. Nothing sweet. I'm not making no pancakes. Do y'all make pancakes? It'll take you 20 minutes to make some pancakes. Maybe 15. Eat the pancakes. I eat the pancakes about 7 minutes and 13 seconds. If that. It just don't equal out. Same thing with wings. Fry some wings up hard. A hell of a mess. Fry some wings up hard, 20 minutes. Eat them wings in 10 minutes. The numbers just don't add up. Yep to both. It's crazy. So let me drink a little juice. Is that waffles? If I had me a nice little waffle, if I had a waffle maker or a panini press, I would be doing, Lord knows the type of things I would have been put together. I think that the waffle chicken wing is some of the ghettoest, fattest shit I've ever seen in my life. Would I try it at the fair? Yes. But do I need it? No. Just like that damn, somebody put they just keep trying to revamp the Thanksgiving dinner, and we just need to do away with the whole thing. It's like the Thanksgiving essentials. But somebody made that pie with the macaroni and cheese and the yams and the stuffing. It's just like, girl. Walmart got a cute little everything, especially with that Walmart delivery. I made a stat on Facebook. I said the Walmart delivery is just like Instagram, Amazon. You could order anything, it'd be there in 2 days. I ordered the BW2 for my hair from there. I had to deliver it. They didn't have none at the store. It was here in 2 days. Granted, it's 2 little half-ounce packets, but it was here in 2, packaged nicely too. So you make waffles and breakfast. See, now that's separately is the thing, but they got the thing where they frying up the chicken and then they put the chicken in the waffle maker with the waffle batter, and then they open it up and it's all it's fused together. I'm gonna just bleach it blonde. Hopefully it comes out nice because I don't have no color. So it is gonna be orange or something, but I'm going for like just a nice, like a level 6 or something. Nothing too light. It's cold outside, but I just need to bring some lightness to the face. My hair is just too dark. I usually don't let it go this dark. So I'm gonna throw it on here with a little 20 volume. 30 minutes, maybe 35. We'll see how it lifts. But my hair is all virgin. Even the color that I have on it is just bleach. There's no color on my hair at all. Do you, girl? You know, I'm still waiting on the main line to Twitter corporate. To TikTok corporate. They just don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. Black, bad internet. I'm thankful the internet is working for the lives like it's been working. Other than that, it'd be in and out. The only color black I've never, not since the early days, like 2010, did I color my hair black. And ever since then, no. Especially when I started working in the salons. No need to go black because I had options, but black is very permanent. It's hard to come out of black. It's quite the process that you end up damaging your hair because people don't like to, take the 3 different sessions to get their hair back to a normal color. Because if you're going out of black, you might have to rock a green for a little bit if you're trying to come out of that. People don't want to do that, and then they over bleach their hair, and then you're back short, and you're like, well, I'm short, might as well go back black, and it's a vicious cycle with that black hair. But Bananas, on an island by yourself for a week. Well, did you have a good time? Storm Gray, I thought about Gray for a couple years now, too. Gray. That's a triple process. I have to get my hair white and then tone it, and then that's just the process. And I have to find a good silver or gray color, probably Wella. I like Wella. Some Grinches in season. Oh yeah, 2 boxes too. Yeah, I bet. But I had definitely thought about growing gray for a while. When I went blue black, I just let it grow and cut it short. Yeah. Well, he got booted out of TikTok for a week. Jesus, Leo, I would be headed and cut somebody out if I got booted out of TikTok for a week. Y'all know how I be when I get suspended for a week. When my hair was cut super short, I used to do it. I've tried an Olaplex. Yes, Olaplex is nice. You know, it's one of those products. It's like toilet tissue. You know, if you're wiping your ass, you're using toilet tissue. You know, and if you're coloring your hair, you use Olaplex. You know, it's like a standard product, and that's just on formulation. I mean, if somebody else can formulate the same things, it's all the same formulas, but it's definitely a standard product. Definitely. But to get a little color, and that's something. Just another reason too. It's like, okay, if I do I want to wait to get a color? But I mean, I like the one and done it. I just feel like there's going to be a process, and I told you guys, so I'm trying to shoot it as transition, so y'all will see the video and know that I put a lot of time and thought into it. I just want it to be seamless. The work to put it in. Because I don't have no kids, but I do have Michaela Sean. Yeah, Taraji's hair care, when I was natural, just recently, just until this year, I was natural for 4 years. About 4 years. And I was using Taraji's. It's nice. That's the thing too, I'm impatient too, which creates the procrastination. Because I know that I just don't want to. Also, I'm going to perm it. So I'll perm it, and then I'm going to wait before I bleach it. But all that, I don't think I want to do all of that in a video. I'm just trying to figure all that out. Coloring your hair won't change your curl pattern at all. In fact, it'll loosen it up a little, which won't change it. It makes it a little bit more manageable. It looks a little better, but it shouldn't change it, especially if you don't leave it on too long. Depending on your developer, you shouldn't. If you're just coloring it, you shouldn't use anything more than a 10 volume. But it shouldn't change your curl pattern at all. Like I said, in fact, you might like your curl pattern more after you put the color on there. Because I know when I was natural and I would bleach it, the curls was popping. Okay. Because they didn't relax a little. And about literally maybe 2 months of Sundays, Michaela Sean, she been on vacation. I wish I could have went with her. I wish I could have went with her. Color your hair. What kind of color? What you want to bleach it? Is that what you mean by color? It's the same thing. It's not the same thing, but the effects on the curl pattern will be the same. I was saying Michelle all last week. The effects will be the same. You just loosen up the curl pattern, but it bounces right back. Keep some moisture in your hair. That's the thing, keeping your hair moisturized and then not over processing your hair that's the damage. Ginger, and I feel like I want to go ginger too. I really do. Some red, ginger, something cinnamon, something. And the longer I wait, I would have missed the season, and then I would try to figure out what color. It's just, I love to wait. I love to put off today what I could do. I love to put off what I could do today until about 2 weeks from now. You got to be. Hair is nothing, especially if you do black. Well, first off, like I said, you got to come out of that black first, which is a process. And that's not overnight, and then you end up damaging your hair. You said it's long too, so you end up damaging your hair. But if you mess it up, you go straight over black, straight over it with a black. Moisturize it regularly, and that's the thing too. Like, that's what I would say. Watching television and stuff like that, it's a good time to get your oils, your creams, your butters. You know what I'm saying, and do any type of self-care. And no, honey, not gray.